welcome into today's training camp practice report brought to you by Safety Insurance. Alex Barth, Scott Zolak, a.k.a. Zo Unfiltered.
I like it.
We ended the last show, Zo, talking about what kind of numbers we were going to do, and I think we'll make a pledge to the viewers right now. The more you guys tune in, the more Zo and I will swear.
All you little fuckheads out there, get on call your fucking friends and tell them tune in because you're going to be so fucking entertained by shit. This is locker room unfiltered shit we're going to talk about.
Again,
Your balls hitting the ground, all that shit. Let's go.
We did 16,000 yesterday, so I say let's fucking go, Zo. Let's get this thing started.
This is so fucking love. This is great you did this. You've had some stupid ass ideas over the years. This is one of your fucking best, Jim. Jesus Christ.
So what was your biggest takeaway from practice today, Zo?
I think rebounding of the offense. If you look at the first drill, the first team period, I thought the defense won that. Now, the defense had both corners down. Carlton Davis has not practiced yet for whatever reason, a non-football injury thing. And then, obviously, Christian Gonzalez going down. I don't expect to see him next couple weeks. So,
nor should we. Let him take his time.
Right. You're down your two corners, so it's going to be high reps for those guys. But I thought Drake missed a couple guys. He had a wheel route. He overthrew by about 5 yards.
Yep.
He wasn't real crisp in that. But I thought towards the end of the day, when they came down to the closed end here, red zone throwing, he threw a dime to Stephon Diggs, who had great body control in that back right corner.
Yep.
And then Dobbs had one on the left side of Baker, who I thought had the catch of the day.
Unbelievable catch.
Sort of an acrobatic
high
50-50 ball, boundary catch. And then
Booty had another toe tap. That was kind of similar to the Diggs one, right?
Booty and Bourne had
one.
one.
Yeah, Bourne had one too. Yeah. So I'm with you. I think the big thing.
So up and down day. That was what I really took from it.
There's the bounce back you get from Drake Maye. I think we're still waiting to see him start strong. A lot of these days have felt like we're talking about him bouncing back, but you'd rather him bounce back than just suck all day. So it was a good bounce back, and I think the thing you really saw from Maye today, a lot of those throws you talked about, it's timing, it's placement. Even though he's rotating with like 8 or 9 different receivers in these practices, now that Jalen Polk is back, there's chemistry there. It feels like he's really starting to build chemistry with these receivers.
He is, and I think that's a good thing. And I think it's imperative for a guy like Polk to get out there, whether or not he's going to do anything or not. Like yesterday, I know he had a couple reps with the first crew, but that's Drake's classmate. We'll see if he's got anything left in the tank. But Baker, I think right now is ahead of him, even after he lined up incorrectly and it kind of shut the drill down after he caught the touchdown.
Yeah.
But Mike Reese was up here, and he likes what he was seeing there, at the end. Sort of agrees with me on rough start, but I thought they polished things up, cleaned that shit up, and there's enough to get after, guys. In the room. So you'll go back and watch the film tonight. But the best point I thought Mike brought up is no interceptions, no turnovers yet throughout camp. And we remember the first OTA practice where it was, he was 14. He was
4 picks on the first 6 passes.
4 picks on the first 6 passes. Ends up 14 of 18, but not good at all. And with Gonzalez picking him off twice.
There was one turnover sort of play. There was another bad snap. So this time it was Garrett Bradbury who put the ball on the ground. It was Jared Wilson yesterday. Wilson also had one last week. Are those, I don't know how much you've seen of those, and I know it kind of varies case to case, but all right, the 2 bad snaps were Maye and Wilson, so it's the same 2 guys, and one's a rookie. Now Bradbury, who's a veteran. Is this maybe a Drake Maye thing as opposed to the centers that it's been, 3 fumbled snaps 6 days in?
The nice thing about the quarterbacks always take the blame for it. You never put the center, throw him under the bus. But you'll be able to tell in film and that. They'll know who the real culprit is. And, hey, this is like, remember Damian Wood, if you can't snap shotgun, we're not going to let you snap shotgun.
Yeah.
We'll bring in a guy, off the street, have him go in there and just indicate to everybody.
It's Mike Compton, right?
Yeah, Mike Compton. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, they'll tolerate it for now.
Yeah.
But by next week, you got to clean that up. And if it continues, they just won't go to him.
What do you think of the offensive line play overall? I thought Jared Wilson had another really good day. I thought Will Campbell had another solid day. A little shaky on the right side. Morgan Moses left practice early. We'll get to that.
2 really extremely hot days. And I think for big guys, it's very hard to push through and sort of be at your best. And it's up to the coaches to keep them going. I know Vrabel got on Will Campbell down at the far end when he had his head covered yesterday. Hey, Will, I thought you grew up in Louisiana. This is nothing. It's like spring for you. Let's go. Get up. So there's going to be enough opportunities to push these guys. You're just not seeing enough continuity up front to where Morgan Moses went in on his own under his own power, walked in. I don't know what that was about.
I don't know either, but he didn't return. He left early.
Could be a heat-related thing. He left after one-on-ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't make it to 11s because first snap of 11s was DeMontre Jacobs. Then they lost Yasir Durant, who's a backup tackle. He had to walk off kind of slowly with the trainers. And then at the end of practice, I didn't see what happened. The defensive line, it was probably their most convincing win of the day, just collapsed the offensive line on a run play. Bradbury's at the bottom of the pile, comes up, kind of limps off. This was like the last or second to last play of practice. So he didn't go back until everybody else did, but he was off on the sideline with the trainers, and he didn't do the conditioning at the end of practice. Everybody else does. I mean, you lose 3 linemen in one practice. That's not good for anybody, especially this team that doesn't have a lot of depth. So definitely something to keep an eye on.
And a guy I don't see making a ton of mistakes is Cole Strange. Like, a lot of people didn't give him a fucking chance coming into this camp. You know, because you're thinking, okay, he's been behind the 8 ball. Is he a center? They try to work him at center. And maybe that is a spot at guard. So we'll see if he sticks there. And that's a big one because he'll be playing next to Will Campbell. Will Campbell's not going anywhere. He's going to be your guy.
What? So, and he's battling with Jared Wilson right now at left guard. And that thing seems 50-50, but we've also seen Jared Wilson at center. So some people point to, well, a center in Josh McDaniels' offense where there's a lot of mental responsibilities, that could be tough. But the flip side, if you want to get Jared Wilson in the lineup, which he's playing like he deserves to be in the lineup, okay, you don't have him at center, but now you have 2 rookies on the left side next to each other in Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. Like, which of those would be more, I don't want to say alarming, but which of those would be a bigger issue? Rookie center or 2 rookies next to each other?
Rookie center, if we're back to the old Josh McDaniels offense, so much is predicated on it. You know, David Andrews can come up here and he'll be talking, you know, once a week with us, and we'll be looking at that center play a lot this year. David has great insight into that because he played that offense for so long and played at such a high level. Like, the offense starts with the quarterback in the center. Yeah. And that's the best thing. I like it. Now, everybody's saying, well, this is Josh is forcing his offense on Drake. Josh is forcing his ability to move formation, to dictate coverage, and his protection, which is great for Drake. He's not going to run the same pass plays Brady ran. He's going to understand what Drake does well and what he does. Drake throws a great deep ball. Drake throws a great post corner ball. He throws a great wheel route. You're going to incorporate those routes into what Drake does. So it doesn't matter if you go 0 out slot, 56 protection. Like, that's the stuff that gets you back to protecting a quarterback. And you're going to be able to adjust that throughout the course of the day. So as long as you get those fucking calls right up front, that's going to be fine.
And along those lines, they're moving Drake Maye around a lot. It's been a lot of play action, a lot of bootlegs, moving pockets, things like that. They are building it to Drake Maye's strengths. Like, people forget, Cam Newton wasn't running the Tom Brady offense either. Mac Jones wasn't running the Tom Brady offense. They're all doing their own things. It's the same core concepts, but it's not the same thing from start to finish. On defense, I think there's a case to be made. Through 2 padded practices, the best player on the field has been Caleb Von Chason. Had another sack and a half today. He's been getting after it. And what's most crazy about it to me, Zoe, is he's not one of these big, powerful guys that's going to put the pads on and dominate. He's a speed rusher.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy that usually fades when the pads come on. He's stepped it up here the last 2 days. A long way to go, but if he can be this kind of guy, and it's kind of picking up where he left off at the end of last season. He had a good close to last season. That'd be a major development if he can be a, borderline sack-a-game guy.
That would be great. So they need somebody to step up like that. But you got 2 really hard, tough, heat-related practices that you just finished. I could see them gearing things back a little bit tomorrow. Yeah. Throw the players a little bit of a bone. Gear it back up on Thursday, and then it's, of course, the scrimmage under lights in the stadium on Friday night, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I could say, you can do no more than 3 days in a row in pads, and there's some things you have to do. If you have 3 days in a row in pads, you then have to have 3 calendar days in a row not in pads, which they'd have because they'd be not in pads Thursday, in stadium Friday, and then off on Saturday. So they have 1 more padded day this week, basically. So do you think it would be better to take that, do unpadded tomorrow, then ramp it up Thursday, or go 3 days in a row in pads and then just kind of cruise to the end of the week?
Well, I think you need a little something before Friday because you're going to sit around watching all Friday, meet all day Friday, and then you'll practice till nighttime. So I'd gear it back a little bit tomorrow, do a little special teams practice, and then crank it back up, half crank it up for Thursday, and then ease it into Friday night. So, you big Hulk Hogan fan?
Sure.
You ever do that? Hey, brother, we got to do like sort of a tribute to Hulk. What you gonna do, brother, when fucking Hulkamania rips his shirt off and takes your nuts and shoves them up you? What are you gonna do then, brother? Hey, Thunderlips here, Rocky. You thought this was for charity, my man. Not fucking me. I get after it every fucking day.
That's a good Hulk Hogan. We got to get you and Sean Silver doing Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, he can do.
It's so good. It's so good.
I can do that too. Macho Man. Yeah.
What do you?
Let's see this thing. I'm getting this geared up for. I collect this rag and I just keep it for. I have a sort of a sinus problem or
Yeah.
ketchup, and I won't wash this till the end of the year. And I travel with it in my bag, and I keep it right between me and Bob Sosi on game day and on a flight. And he just sort of just pushes away from it, But so the season has started,
Yeah.
and so's Rag has officially kicked things off here. That means we're into camp.
So Unfiltered, that's what you get. That'll do it for
Fucking
today's
right, Barth.
Patriots training camp report, brought to you by Safety Insurance. Fucking right. So we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Patriots' 4th practice of the week, 7th overall. Until then, more on the sports. Subscribe to get these shows on the Sports Hub YouTube channel, Patriots Hub podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And Matt Dolph and myself will have more on 98.5thesportshub.com. So until tomorrow, for Scott Zolak, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to
See
you
you
next
little
time.
fuckers tomorrow.